What's up, witches and wizards? Welcome to the Wizarding World. I'm Mia Magic, and today we are going to be talking about my personal favorite New Year's Day ritual. So I've been doing this for the last couple of years, and I have found that it has totally transformed my life. And it's actually an ancient Roman tradition called augury. And so after 2020, I'm sure that everyone is hoping that 2021 is significantly different. I know I certainly am. And so this will be a really powerful practice if you want to engage in transforming your reality from the very first day. This particular celebration has been practiced for thousands of years, and this was really a way for people individually and together to craft their experience of the coming year. The term augury was originally about divination of natural phenomena. So it would be like on the first day of the year, you would look at the way that the birds flew or the particular animals that crossed your path. And by knowing the relationship to each of those spiritual messages, it was a way to understand and predict the future of how this year was going to unfold, how things were going to occur. I'm personally not exactly sure how that practice of natural phenomena divination became what is referred to as augury today, but it's been really profound for me. And it's like basically exactly the opposite. So instead of using natural phenomena, instead of using the flight and the patterns and the plants as your divination, it's like you create your own future divination. And before we get into that, I think a really good thing to do right now, especially because I'm sure that a lot of us have experienced the kind of Groundhog Day nature of this year, is to think about every month. Like what my partner and I did last year after the end of the decade was like we went through every year and discussed our most significant thing, like what really happened that transformed us or shifted our trajectory of our lives. And so it was like, okay, from 2010 until 2018, these are the most impactful moments. And if you want to do that for this year, think about every month. It's like there was a lot of crazy shit happening, but where were you? What were you doing? What was impactful? What choices did you make to relate to or interact with your reality that maybe shifted things? Did you decide to take a course? Did you decide to hire a coach? Did you decide to really go deeply internal and see like how you could deal with some of the mental health challenges that I'm sure pretty much everyone was dealing with in some way or another? And did that shift the direction of your life? So you can reflect first and go back through each month. Okay, January and February, like I was traveling. I was completely out of the country all of February. I went to Egypt and Greece and Jordan and like had the best time. And then I literally got back and bought my car, and then the lockdown happened. And it was a pretty crazy time to make an investment like that. In hindsight, I definitely would not have done what I did, but that's neither here nor there. So thinking about what you've learned from those decisions. Like for me, I got this Range Rover that like isn't actually fully in alignment with who I am. I'm like a country girl. This is the house I grew up in. Like that's my backyard. Those are big redwood trees. Like this is where I come from. I'm like, I need to be driving a truck, you know? I need a thing with a tow hitch, and like I gotta be able to put like kayaks and stuff on top of my car. And this one just doesn't suit me. So I learned a really valuable lesson, a really, really valuable lesson pretty soon after getting the car. Okay, where am I placing value on things that aren't actually my true values? And I'm sure that we all got to see different things like that throughout this year, because a lot of the normal things that we would be doing were kind of stripped or taken away from us. And a lot of the things that we wouldn't normally be doing, like staying at home all the time, we were sort of forced or invited to do. So in an augury practice, which I have, like I said, sworn by the last few years, it has totally changed my life, my business, my relationship, everything. It's been incredibly impactful. What you do on augury is you basically create your own divination. You wear what makes you feel like what you want to call in for the coming year. You do all of the things. You eat the good foods. Like what I've been focusing on is, well, the last 2 years I've been in really beautiful places. I was in Australia and then I was in Tulum, and you basically do all of the things that you want to make sure that you have in the coming year. So like for me, it was like, I wanted to make money. I was in a very different financial situation a couple of years ago, and I wanted to make money. So it's like, okay, let me make sure that I get paid for something on New Year's Day. Great. Then I wanted to make sure that I could use that money to both buy myself the things that I wanted and to eat really good food and to take care of myself and to support the planet. And so I would make a beautiful donation. I would eat everything I wanted. I would spend time with people I loved. I would make sure to buy myself something that maybe I normally wouldn't buy. It was like kind of a stretch, or like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that, but I wanted to do it because it was a celebration and like, oh, this is going to be this thing that I'm going to remember is my New Year's purse or dress or whatever it is. So for 2021, when you're in the practice of augury on January 1st, it's really important to like take care of yourself. Make sure that you make time for that. Do you have time for a bubble bath? Do you have time to meditate? Like, yes, you probably won't have that much to do, so you can make the time. It's like, show yourself that this year you're going to take care of yourself. You're going to tend to yourself. You're going to love yourself. So maybe like do some affirmations in the mirror in the morning, looking into your left eye, programming yourself for the coming year with joy and love and appreciation for yourself and for your life, even if it's been challenging. People throughout history have also always given gifts or made offerings on the first day of the year, like wanting to bring good fortune, wanting to bring the fertility of the crops, things like that. So really think about, okay, I'm going to enact all the things that I can, that I want to bring into my life. Like, I'm going to wear what I want to wear. I'm going to buy what I want to buy. I'm going to spend time with who I want to spend time with. I'm going to take care of myself in the way that I want to take care of myself. Whatever the energies are that you can actually embody, it's like, okay, this is how I want my year to go. I want to be able to do what I want. I want to feel free. I want to feel connected. I want to feel joyful. I want to feel loved. I want to feel pleasure. And then if there are particular things that like maybe don't require your body or your action, it's like something that you want to feel or something that you want to experience or something that you want to call in and manifest from the universe, then this is a really great way to craft your offerings and bring them out to the world. For me, instead of a Yule log, I made like a Yule bouquet. I just decorated this and put it all together. It's like all different pieces of beautiful things that I found out in the earth. So what I would recommend doing is, if you haven't already burned your Yule log, maybe you place something like this, or you can make another one. It's never too late. And like I said in my last video, Yule actually used to be a 12-day celebration. So it's okay to have things that are still celebrating Yule. And for me, instead of burning that, because there was a lot of fire this year, and I personally don't think we need any more of the fires. We've had a lot of that transformative energy going on. And so what I'm going to do is just place that out in the earth and give it some prayers and honor it and love it and thank the earth and really just give appreciation for all the blessings that have occurred in my life in this year, even though it's been really challenging for a lot of people. So think about the colors, whatever it is that you're gathering. If you want to give offerings to the earth, make sure obviously it's not plastic, it's nothing that's not biodegradable. And if you're going to give offerings to the earth, what are the energies? What are the shapes? Like, what is the color that you want this thing that you're asking the universe for? And how can you represent that in the way that you give your offerings, in the way that you give this gift to the earth? And I've said this before, but my teacher always says, the most important thing that you can offer the earth is your breath, because that's the only thing that doesn't truly come from her. It's like everything that I just gathered there, that all came from the earth already. So I'm really just like giving her back things that I took. And so our breath and our songs are the most important way that we can thank the earth and honor her. So you can just sing thank you. If you're not a singer, it's okay. Just like speak to her, pray to her, give your appreciation for your health or your body or your family or your relationship, whatever you have that you appreciate and that you want more of. Like, that's why the word appreciate, when we talk about investments and we talk about things appreciating, it's because when we appreciate things, they grow, they expand, they get bigger and better. And so this opportunity that you have on New Year's Day is really about appreciation. So you can embody that appreciation. Oh, I appreciate being able to be free. I appreciate being able to eat good food. I appreciate being able to have a community of amazing people around me that I love so much. I appreciate being able to be in ritual. I appreciate my use of the craft and of wisdom. Whatever your gratitudes are, you can appreciate all of those things through your body and through your prayers, through your songs, through your offerings, through the way that you communicate to and with the earth. And it will feel really, really good. So I hope that you guys all enjoy your New Year's Day and augury. And remember that because the origins are divination, everything that day is going to be information for you. So everything that you see, that means you as well. How are you feeling? Do you get hyped up? Like, I definitely am, like, have like lots of joy, but if you've seen the rage ritual video, like I got a lot of rage too. So I really try to keep my emotions in check on the first day of the year, really minding how I'm feeling internally, mentally. Okay, is my mind like da-da-da-da? Okay, what can I do to calm it? How can I like use my herbs or use my practice to make sure that I'm feeling really good all day? And that's all part of the ritual. So basically, if you can, you make your life into a ritual all day. It's a ceremony, it's a celebration, and you get to determine how that celebration occurs and then all of the energy that's being put out from it, like what the outcome is. So it's been a really powerful practice for me. When I've made sure that I've made money on January 1st the last couple of years, I've been like doubling and tripling my income from the year before, and it's been really amazing and powerful. And so like the first year that I did that, my friend was actually just renting my car and I was gone. And so she paid me for my car and she paid me like an extra $50 over the like 600 something that the car was. And that $50, technically I made money. And so it like wasn't much, but it was like, oh, like $50 extra came in. And then I had the biggest January I'd ever had. And then it just kept growing and growing. And I had the entire year, I made more money than I ever had. It just kept going and going. And then last year I was running a course and didn't even make that much money on January 1st. I think it was like, made like a couple $1,000s. And then this year, my income has more than doubled since last year. So I really, really recommend, it doesn't matter how small or how big, but if you place the intention of, okay, if even $20 comes in on New Year's Day, I know that I'm going to be able to appreciate this $20 and amplify this $20 and make this into maybe whatever your financial goal is for next year. And I know that it seems like it might be hard, but that's how magic works. If you have faith and if you believe that it's possible, then it can be. So you can make anything happen despite the craziness of the world. Like I personally feel total proof of that because I've had the best year in my business that I've ever had this year. So I hope that this supports all of you. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here with me on this magical path. I hope you have had a blessed holiday season and that we all collectively call in the exact kind of year that our hearts and souls know are possible for 2021. Make sure you like and subscribe, comment below what you're going to be doing for New Year's Day, how you're going to be celebrating, what the things are that you're calling in, and I will see you all in 2021. I'm Mia Magic, and welcome to the Wizarding World.